Health sector. A few are here today. Thank you very much for your support. I want to tell you about a letter I was copied into recently by some of their employers, trying to explain to the employees in the health sector that despite all the changes that were coming, their pension wouldn't be as bad as that in the private sector. I can't believe that any employer would make a statement like that. I've worked with the private sector for 11 years prior to working for the public sector. And I've seen absolute wholesale pillage and financial rape of pension schemes to the point where most of the private sector workers haven't even got a pension scheme. They're not in a pension scheme, and there's no way that this government or any government in the future is going to be able to support them. We must protect the public sector pension scheme. It should be a beacon for everybody else. I've been on picket lines this morning where I've heard people shout abuse at some of the pickets. It's absolutely shameful. Those people shouldn't want to drag the rest of you down to their level. They should be looking up to where you are. You should be the standard. Colleagues, we must reject all of the spin from government ministers who tell us we are one big society. What an absolute joke. It's a lie. Yesterday in the budget we could see that the public sector is clearly going to bear the brunt of spending controls, and it's not acceptable. We must start the fight today. Why is it okay for public sector workers to suffer inferior pension benefits and pay cuts in real terms in coming years, whilst the pay of directors increases dramatically year on year, even in this so-called recession? Why aren't the banks being levied more for ruining this economy? Why is the banking system that was bailed out by the taxpayer still allowed to withhold credit needs to stimulate the economy? And why are companies in this country being allowed to avoid massive amounts of tax? Colleagues, the condemns big society is fiction, it's a lie, and it must be exposed as such. I have to say, I have been campaigning before this event. I've been out in Derby in the East Midlands, where I was met with some of the public attitude was, we don't have a pension, so why should they? It's absolutely terrible. It's very, very sad to hear. So right now, we must fight these cuts ourselves. You are the key to saving your pension scheme. Nobody else. Everybody else will be brought along with you. They will look to your action. They will look to your lead. We all need to start working and keep working to protect your pension and your livelihood. Look around today. This event has been repeated all over the region and all over the country. The government might not hear me today in Shrewsbury, or you or the rest of the speakers in Shrewsbury, but they will hear the public sector workers united nationally. They will have no choice. If we all do a small amount, I'm not asking for big things here, we all need to do a small amount, the collective effect is massive. Unions like Mine Unite have trained representatives, but you can all equally play your part by bringing about real change. After today, you'll be going back to work and you'll have an ideal opportunity to speak to those who aren't here. For various reasons, you need to talk to them about that. Talk to them about voting, to start with. Going forward, it's vital that people who are eligible to vote do vote. Make their opinions heard. A strong turnout in any ballot carries the right sort of mandate and weight for your negotiators. Your efforts could even influence people to vote who haven't voted for in local elections and general elections. We need to consider putting into power the people that we want, who will listen to and support our cause. Talk to those at work who are not members of a trade union. Encourage them to join and be part of the fight. There is no doubt it is their fight. They must understand ignorance is not bliss. Ask your workplace reps if they need help organising. Become an activist. Not necessarily a full-blown union representative, but a volunteer. Give what time you're able. Simple acts consistently done will have a significant impact in this campaign, because it is a campaign. It's not about one day. We've got to do a lot more going forward. I'd like to personally thank all of you for answering the call to strike today, and to your union representatives for their fantastic efforts in making sure this national strike was a reality today. Colleagues, I'd like to finish by saying, as a UK citizen, I enjoy life where I live. I enjoy my local parks. I have my rubbish collected and recycled properly. I can travel up and down this country properly and safely. I feel safe when I go out at night. I have had a minor operation with some health problems and I was looked after superbly. What I'm trying to say is that I know that the public sector works for me. I know that the public sector works for everyone. After today, let's continue to work hard and get that message out to the media, those doubting public and this government. Only then do we win and reverse these pension cuts. Thank you very much.
Woo!